Packamaniacs, and welcome to another episode of Pack to the Future Podcast presents Sunday night's main event. I'm your host, Ricky, aka Mr. eBay. And I'm joined by my co-host and partner in crime, Dr. Chad.
Someone call for a doctor?
How you doing, Doc?
I'm good, brother.
We've got another amazing episode for you guys tonight. Action-packed with non-stop wrestling.
Yeah.
And we have a match for the ages amongst the cards tonight. It was
I
heavy
cringed.
debate.
For some reason, this thought came to my mind. I'm like, you know what? I need to go find some auctions of a few specific guys. And I even messaged you ahead of time. I don't want to give it away.
Nope.
But I'm like, can we actually do this?
Yeah, you did.
And you said, absolutely, we can.
Absolutely are we doing it. I doubled down. We're going to get into that and more. First thing I got to note, man, you came out hot. I am digging the new headwear. This, you'll have to tell us a little bit about it. I purchased a bunch of shirts that actually did arrive. I was wearing them one all day today, and then I dressed up for my family coming over for a pre-Easter Easter. And the next thing I know, I'm running late for our big show and didn't have time to change back. So you'll have to wait till next week. In the meantime, we'll pull the MJF scarf back out.
Yeah.
Tell us about this hat, man. It's looking really good. Got me feeling nostalgic.
Royal Rumble. I saw this hat actually a couple years ago, and I think I've only broken it out once before. Out of all the boxes here in my house, one that I actually found contained a few key elements. And you may see here in the background, we got the Ultimate Warrior action figure.
Yes.
Defining moments from the Ultimate Maniacs that you gifted me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I also found my little backpack. I mean, you know me with backpacks.
Yes.
And I found my backpack full of wrestling figures.
Dude, that's the wrestling figure themed backpack.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, the superstars. It's got Hogan, Warrior, and then the Legion of Doom, I believe that is.
Oh, yeah.
And so inside of here, I've still got all my guys, that we've been talking about. So Hulkamania will be joining us for this episode. But with that box was this hat. And, I had it up in my closet and kind of forgotten about it back at the old Utah house. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to rock it tonight.
Your timing couldn't be better, man. Like those hats are all the rage. In fact, I've been looking. You and I have been texting how much fun we've been having on the WWE shop.
Oh yeah,
and like I found like they have an in your house category, the pay-per-view that we covered a couple weeks ago, and I click on it, and all they do is have a hat. I may need to get a matching in your house.
Oh yeah.
We can wear our hats, that are dueling hats, but it looks almost just like that. I figured you must have just bought it. It looks so new and amazing. So
no, I like my hats and I try and keep them looking sharp. So I've actually had this one for a minute. I do appreciate that. I have so many things in my WWE shop that I want to buy, but the issue, and you're going to notice a little bit of me being a bit of a hypocrite here, but it's I haven't worked for a month. I've been off, and so like I don't have a paycheck for a month, and like we still have a mortgage and rent payment. So I think I need to be wise with what I spend my money on to a certain extent. And that's a hint for a little bit later on in the show. So the shirts will be coming soon.
Well, awesome. Well, let's dive into the show. We've got a fun one for you guys and a lot packed to cover. Now, we did this last week, Chad, and this was supposed to be a one-off kind of joke, but I can't get this earworm out of my head. And so we're going to bring this back.
Yes. And you know what? I am happy to report. I think we should do this weekly, and I think I'm going to actually incorporate it into our show notes right now. Happy to report the Pack to the Future podcast presents Sunday night's main event received 0 copyright. Reports last week. Thank you very much.
Well, we're going to try and replicate some of that as we dive into This Week in Wrestling History.
Oh, yes. That sweet, sweet voice. I'm all ears.
Slide in to your comfortable PJs next to that fire as we take you through wrestling history. All right. So March 29th, 1987. Hulk Hogan body slams Andre the Giant to retain the WWF Championship in what has been deemed the biggest main event in sports entertainment history at WrestleMania 3. The body slam heard around the world, as others may say. A wrestling moment of note.
Oh, yeah.
Also in WrestleMania 3 is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this match doesn't jump out to me a ton. However, in some of these WWE 2K games Chad and I have played, and I think what brought Chad back into wrestling games was this version a few years ago where they did the 40 years or some, 30 years, 35, 40 of WrestleMania, and you played all the classic WrestleMania moments. This was featured as one of those classic moments and is considered by many to be one of the best wrestling matches in all of history. So worth a check out. All these are going to be on Netflix if you have it and want to go check out some of these old Manias.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what TV show I watched, and this may have been what you were referencing, but I remember there were interviews with Steamboat, and he talked about how Macho would call him in the middle of the night just to review the script over and over and over and over, and how meticulous they were because they knew like this was the biggest match of their lives. Yes. And, from both their accounts, they nailed it. So it really is thought to be one of the biggest and best. And shout out to WrestleMania 3. 93,173 fans in the Pontiac Silverdome.
It's insane.
That's a hell of a showing.
Oh yeah. It was a big boy. And how cool for two wrestlers at the top of their game to put so much time and effort and work into a single match to really deliver for the fans, and good on them to execute it.
You oftentimes tell me to stop texting or calling you to review our script for the show, and I just want you to know what my influence is. Yeah. And it's the WrestleMania 3 Steamboat Macho.
We've always said that. I've always said that about you. Let's fast forward just a 5 years. April 5th, 1992, WrestleMania 8 featured Rowdy Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm purposely going to try to not give winners away where it doesn't make sense. Maybe you want to go check it out and see who wins that match. Ric Flair versus Randy Savage for the WWF Championship was also a banger of a match. You also got Money Incorporated versus the Natural Disasters, Typhoon and Earthquake for the WWF Tag Team Championship. Money Inc. consisting of $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase and IRS. Erwin R. Shyster. Now, interesting enough, Legion of Doom was supposed to be the team to challenge for the title, but Hawk at that point in time was actually suspended for drug use. And the Natural Disasters had to sub in. So we've covered a couple of weeks ago that kind of history with some of the wacky storylines they used to pull in. And this is when it was really happening.
Someone must have slipped something in his drink there.
Yep. Undertaker, also wrestling matches a note in WrestleMania 8. Undertaker's second appearance in front. He fought Jake the Snake Roberts. Two excellent characters. You got to check that one out. And then you have Hulk Hogan versus Sid Justice. Now, I am going to explain some of this match because it's kind of interesting. Hogan in this match wins by disqualification when Sid Justice's manager, Harvey Whippleman, interferes in the match.
Classic.
Now, the finish for this match was actually supposed to happen after Hogan hits the leg drop on Justice. Papa Shango was supposed to run out to the ring and break up the pin, causing the disqualification. But Gorilla Monsoon, sitting in Gorilla, which is probably what it's named after, was late in cueing Papa Shango to run to the ring. So Justice had to improvise by kicking out of the leg drop and then using Whippleman for the disqualification. Papa Shango and Sid Justice then beat on Hogan after the match until the Ultimate Warrior makes a surprise return and defends Hogan, his boy.
Oh, yeah.
So go check out WrestleMania 8. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. Let's go move up, though, just 6 more years. March 29th, 1998, WrestleMania 14. This is the WrestleMania that launched the Attitude Era. It featured a match, the first big match between Undertaker and Kane. That's what this cell is from that I've featured on a previous show. Now, in that match, Pete Rose came out as the special ring announcer and started insulting the crowd and then Kane. And Kane gave Rose a tombstone. This started a 3-year annual WrestleMania tradition where in the subsequent years, Pete Rose tried to get revenge on Kane, dressed up as like the chicken, and Kane would just tombstone him every time. So
that's pretty funny.
It is an amazing, WrestleMania 14 is amazing. I could go on, I could do a whole show on that. But I will just leave it at, you also have Stone Cold facing Shawn Michaels with Mike Tyson as the special ring enforcer. He is supporting Shawn Michaels heading into this match, ND Generation X, and the match takes a quick turn. I won't repeat what happens. We have covered it on previous episodes, but it is certainly worth the watch.
You know, Pete Rose has taught us a few critical pieces of life information. And number one is don't repeatedly bet on baseball when you are playing baseball. Yeah, and number two is don't come dressed as a chicken or else you're going to find out.
Exactly. You know, he's kind of the king of FAFO.
Yeah.
Pete Rose is. Well, let's take it into the next, I don't know, century, millennium. April 1st, 2001, WrestleMania X7. They didn't call it 17. They didn't use Roman numerals. They called it X7.
Why? That's weird.
It is weird. They were just trying to be hip, I think, and edgy, and changing with the times. This is often regarded as the greatest professional wrestling pay-per-view event ever produced.
Oh.
It featured Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock in a no disqualification match for the WWF Championship. We talked about last week, I think, some of my favorite matches and how we might need to do a top 5. Yeah. This match would certainly be in the top 5 for me. It was an excellent draw build-up, similar to Shawn Michaels and Undertaker in the retirement match. Great build-up, great music, a soundtrack, incredible match. I highly recommend you go check this match out.
Fun fact. The two, according to Card Ladder, highest WWE cards ever sold were The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And this was at the height of their wrestling careers. Like this was the biggest. This was Hogan and Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. This was their version of. Everyone was waiting for this. You also get a gimmick battle royal. I always love a good battle royal or Royal Rumble. It included 19 older generation wrestlers with outstanding gimmicks. So they had Mean Gene Okerlund and Bobby the Brain Heenan call the match. And then the match itself included wrestlers such as Repo Man, Tugboat, Earthquake, Bushwhackers Luke and Butch, Nikolai Volkov, Doink the Clown, Kamala, Brother Love, Sergeant Slaughter, Hillbilly Jim, and the Iron Sheik. Totally worth the watch.
That's a fine offering there. God, yeah. I wonder... Did you say Big Boss Man? Was he in there?
He was not in this one randomly. At this point in time, he was probably helping the corporation. So he was involved in other areas. They had kind of modernized Boss Man in the late 90s. So he wasn't quite considered one of those joke gimmicks at that point in time.
Earthquake could have been a problem in the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
I think he could have been a problem.
And I'm not telling who the winner is. It's a wrestler of note, but you'll have to go watch it on Netflix to see.
I like it.
Maybe it's been a while. It's been a couple decades since, one of my favorite things when we were in high school was to go hang out with you guys till like midnight, come home. On my way home, stop and get some chocolate milk and some powdered donuts, get in bed and watch some Jerry Springer as I went to bed. Maybe you're missing some white trash TV. Maybe the world's become too PC for you. Well, let me take you back to that Jerry Springer-esque drama when you have Shane McMahon with his mother, Linda McMahon, in his corner as he takes on father Vince McMahon with sister Stephanie McMahon and Vince's new love, Trish Stratus, in his corner in a street fight with Mick Foley as the guest special referee. What more can we do for you?
And finally, what a lineup.
Yeah, finally, you do get Triple H and The Undertaker in a very wild singles match. There's just not much more to describe beyond what we've described so far. So it sounds like not as cool of a match, but it really is great. Go check it out.
That is a hell of a show card. Hell of a show card.
Oh, dude. And we're just scratching the surface. Those are just the big hitters. like there was some other stuff.
And before you get to our final one, this would be an important time to tell people about a Pack to the Future show card for this and every Sunday Night Main Event episode, where we put together each and every piece of information that Ricky has pulled up and the included card auction items, which are to come. We will put them over at pttfpodcast.com under the blog so that you can see those each and every week to accompany the episode.
Thank you very much. We do that. It's a labor of love. Our goal is that after you've listened to this show and you're saying, hey, my Sunday Scaries are still kicking back in, I need more entertainment. You go to that link. We're going to offer you hours of entertainment. We've got all sorts of fun stuff lined up for tonight. I will note that we do not put the Netflix stuff. We don't put that kind of stuff links because we just tell you go to Netflix. It's easy to find, Google or search WrestleMania. But for like YouTube clips or different libraries we're going to cover later tonight, we do include those clips so that they're easy to find for you. Finally, March 29th, 2015. This is the last great WrestleMania I remember, honestly. WrestleMania 31. If I recall, it was in San Francisco in that brand new Niners Stadium at the time. Very long WrestleMania. It included the second annual 30-man Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
I love those.
Which included wrestlers such as Damien Mizdow, who was this guy. His name was Damien Sandow, and then he later served as the Miz's stunt double, and was actually hilarious. And I'll have to find some clips that we can then pop up, and I'll send them to you. This guy was hysterical. He was the original funny ass wrestler. But he was in there as Damien Mizdow, and he would just imitate everything the Miz did and drive him nuts eventually. You had the Big Show, Curtis Axel, who was Mr. Perfect's son. You have Zack Ryder, who's making a big comeback in the WWE right now. Cesaro, Goldust, Kane, Jimmy Uso, Mark Henry, The Miz, and New Day. Many others, but those were like the most notable names.
Okay.
You also had, this is when I lost my mind, and this is why I classify this as such a great mania. Triple H versus Sting. Triple H, representing D-Generation X, is facing Sting, who's representing the NWO, in a dream match for those of us that lived through the Monday Night Wars, wanting to see these massive factions go to war. And it started as a singles match, but halfway through, all of DX comes out. And halfway through, all of NWO comes out. And yes, they're like 75 years old, and they can barely stand up, let alone fight. But I ripped my shirt off and was waving it over my head like a helicopter. It was one of those true by God moments that we've talked about on previous episodes.
Yeah.
Where I'm just screaming.
Awesome. Yeah.
Amazing when the music hits. And I'll say Triple H's entrance was like super elaborate. I think it included the Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. It's just so over the top, but amazing. Totally worth the watch. I can't recommend it enough.
I love it.
You also had Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt in what I think is an insanely underrated match, pitting two of truly the scariest characters the WWE's ever had against each other, and no one seemed to talk about it, which was like the big injustice for Bray Wyatt's career. I think he was severely underutilized for how amazing his character was.
His character really was amazing, and I was terrified whether it was him or his brothers that had come out as well. Like, they were a scary bunch, and God, those two. Yeah, I'm surprised that it doesn't come to my mind. Admittedly, I don't think I've seen the match.
Well, and honestly, I loved this WrestleMania, but even after reading about that, I'm like, I don't remember the match. I need to go back and watch it. Like, so I'm in the same boat, you know. We all kind of overlooked it. But incredible characters. I highly recommend you check that out. And then finally, a note: this WrestleMania was the first time a Money in the Bank briefcase was redeemed in the main event of a WrestleMania. When Seth Rollins cashed it in during the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns championship match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That was another moment. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, he's cashing it in."
I seem to remember that. That is a big deal. God, those two had some battles,
Oh
Lesnar and
yes.
Reigns.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they did. So there you have it. A lot on Netflix. Go spend some time over there. Check out your manias as you get pumped up for this year's 2-night event. It's gonna be a good one.
That history is incredible, and it just brings back like so many memories and thoughts of different, times that I watched and times that I didn't watch. I'll probably go fire up WrestleMania X7 after this to
Hell yeah.
tuck me into sleep, as I'll be crying tonight since I start work tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be perfect.
No, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna check out that Undertaker Bray Wyatt WrestleMania 31. I gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah, very good, man. Yeah, that's good stuff. I
Well,
like it.
thank you. All right. Well, moving on to our social media clip of the week. Man, I love it that our listeners send us so many good wrestling clips. I
Yes.
think this one may have come from our boy Merle. Later, we're going to get one from our boy Dan that helped us out. They really are helping us write the show. This is a story about Ted DiBiase, and I will add, while we're playing this clip, I will add the link of the original clip of Ted DiBiase and this 10-year-old kid. Ted DiBiase used to come out as a heel wrestler and would offer money for stuff and make fools of the crowd so they'd boo him and hate him and be a good bad guy.
Yeah.
One of the things he did is he offered $500 to a 10-year-old kid if he could bounce a basketball like 15 times. And on bounce like 14, $1 Million Man kicked the basketball. So he did it. And back then, like they did not pull the curtain back. They didn't acknowledge that this was scripted. And so he had to play the part and just kind of hold character while this kid like welled up in tears and ran to his mom. And he proceeds to tell a story about that interaction and a subsequent interaction related to it, which I think is just incredible. So let's go ahead and play this clip.
15 times without missing, and I'll give you $500. He gets to 14, and I kick the ball. I just put my foot out there enough to make the ball bounce off my foot. And I said, you know what, kid, you're going to have to learn a hard lesson at an early age. When you don't get the job done, you don't get paid. Crocodile tears. He ran to his mother. Oh, my gosh. I got in the back, and everybody was going, yes, that was great. I said, I'm glad you're all happy. Now find an armored vehicle to get me out of the building. Now, here's the punchline on that one. 20 years later, I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska. And I go back to Omaha, and I also have a ministry. I think it was a ministry that I was speaking at a church somewhere. But I'm renting a car. This guy comes up, taps me on the shoulder, and I turn around, and I'm looking at his chest. I'm like, oh, my gosh. And he said, Mr. DiBiase, he says, I know who you are. He says, I'm the manager here. Can I help you find a car? I said, sure, find something that will fit us both. He said, be glad to. He said, by the way, he says, you remember that thing you did with the kid in the basketball? And it was the expression on his face, and I just went, no. And he goes, it's nice to see you again. It was him.
Oh, my God.
It was him. And what are the odds of me running in him? And I said, obviously, you're doing pretty good for yourself. He says, you're going to love this. I went to college on a basketball scholarship. I said, see what I did for you, kid. Yeah, I'm good.
That's so good.
How amazing is that? Like for both the kid and Ted DiBiase.
That's really cool. And, probably for the side of him, like you said, he plays a perfect heel, but, I think Ted DiBiase is a pretty good guy. I think so.
Yeah.
And that probably had to eat at him just a little bit. So a little bit of closure for the $1 Million Man, even in his later years.
100%. I think he would just love it. I agree. Like, I think it would cause him so much more relief of just like, that's always eaten at me for 20 years, right? That I did that to that kid.
Right.
But,
So that's a good clip. I think you said Merle sent that one over. So thank you, Merle.
yes. Big thanks to Merle. We also have a feature from our boy Timmy. Timmy of all people sent over CM Punk trolls Dom Mysterio on his new autograph trading card. Tell us more about this, Chad.
Yeah, this one's pretty good. So with the impending release of Topps Chrome for 2026, they're starting to highlight some of these cards. And like you said, Tim, he took some time out of his day from being in Gorilla and writing up our script for an upcoming part of the show here. And check out this Topps Chrome card from CM Punk. So he signed it, and then he inscribes on this numbered 1 out of 10,
Yeah.
Dom Mysterio is an idiot.
It's amazing. He could have done a better job with his penmanship, but it is an amazing sentiment.
Yeah. I like it. I like the effort.
I do too.
I like the fact that he took a jab at someone. I feel that that's pretty cool. I would love to pull this card, and I'm probably going to open up a box of WWE Topps Chrome just to see if I can hit it.
My God. That would
Now,
be amazing.
Fun fact, I've been playing WWE 2K26 and doing the, oh God, I keep calling it career mode. I know it's not career mode. It's showcase.
Yes.
I think it's the showcase mode with CM Punk.
Yep.
And, we're playing the other night. Sarah's just sitting there on her phone while I'm playing. She's like, what does CM stand for? I'm like, I don't know. Probably like Charles Matthews. Like, I don't know. So I go and look it up. Do you know what it stands for?
Yes. Chick Magnet, I think.
Chick Magnet Punk.
Yep. And then they later dropped it. He was part of like a tag team, and there was another Chick Magnet something or other.
Oh, got you. I did not know that part.
Yeah. And so that's how it started, like one of his first. But now it stands according to Wikipedia, because I went down this rabbit hole just a few weeks ago. It's not something I knew. That he now says it stands for nothing.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
there you have it.
I mean, what a boss though. Like, your nickname is Chick Magnet. You're inscribing Dominic Mysterio's an idiot on your cards.
He's a 12 out of 10.
And you're a champion. Like,
and he's 5'11", 5'10" or 5'11", dude. That's
a giant in my world.
Yeah, well, he's standing with Brock Lesnar. That's pretty,
Yes,
he's
he
someone
is.
you could really look up to, Chad.
And AJ Lee.
And AJ Lee. Let's
Yeah.
not forget that.
So shout out Tim for sending us this one
Major.
amongst his card misery for the current week.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
All right. Well, now to one of my favorite parts of the night, and where I got to prepare to lose my voice the rest of the night. We got an interesting auction battle tonight. Do you want to introduce this while I work on
Yeah, sure thing. So
liquid in my throat?
I think one of the favorite segments that we have for the show as we move into this now is, as Ricky stated, the auction battle, where I go out and find anywhere from 2 to the sky's the limit number of WWE cards that are up for auction that you can actively go bid on and win, whether it's through Fanatics or eBay or any other auction house. And we turn them into a wrestling event. So not only am I going to highlight tonight 3 cards for you, but we have a very special feature for how these cards are going to battle each other. And this one, well, let me read the cards to you first. And I want you, the listener, to think about what perhaps these 3 wrestlers may have in common. So let's go ahead and highlight a few things here. Let me get set up. And I think I've got it right here. So contestant number 1 that we are going to be showing is Rey Mysterio. So this comes from 2025 Topps Universe. This is Rey Mysterio. We talked about Topps Universe being a solid offering of a product. This is an autograph card numbered to 25 with match used relic. Very nice card, horizontal card. You can go bid on this over on eBay. It's going to be on our show notes. This one will end within the next 20 hours or so, but very fine looking card. So contestant number 1 is
Very
the
cool.
619 Rey Mysterio.
Very cool card. He signs it Ray 619, 619 being the area code of San Diego, where he is from.
Yeah.
And the name of his move that he literally did to a dead guy.
Card number 2 as the contestant here. I'm going to skip over the order that I have. So card number 2 is an interesting one. The Great Khali.
Yeah.
Now, this is a 2006 Topps Wrestling card. And you may say, Chad, this is an interesting card to feature on this segment. But this is his rookie card, and it is signed Khali. Very imposing figure. He looks terrifying here. It looks like we are just looking straight up at him. Very imposing. He is screaming. Very nice autograph on there. And that's a Gem Mint 10.
Yeah.
That one's over on the eBay as well, in case you're interested. It's only $10.
Only $10 ends in under 24 hours.
Yeah, less than what you pay for the slab there.
Seriously.
So contestant 2 is a great collie. So, start thinking about the theme of this match. So number 3 and our third and final contestant is none other than Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. Now, this one's a bit unique. I decided to step out of the box here. I couldn't find a card that I necessarily loved, but I did come across this action figure. Which you say, action figure, eh? Yeah, this is a 1994 Hasbro, which we have covered before, still in the package. And you can see the sticker gun price of $549. But this one's going to cost you a cool $230 if you want to get this Razor Ramon in probably, dare I say, mint condition.
Yes.
For this lovely package. Those are our 3 contestants, Ricky.
I'm pretty excited.
Let's give them just a second. What do these 3 have in common? They have in common I wouldn't want to enter the ring with the 3 of them.
No. Not if you value your life.
Take it away.
Well, since I'm not convinced everyone at home is going to get it, and since these 3 individuals were known to murder an individual, I think it's only fitting that tonight's match be a triple threat, buried alive match.
By God. By God.
Under a stormy night sky, WrestleMania stood illuminated by towering lights and roaring fans packed into a sold-out stadium. Around the ring sat 3 heavy wooden coffins, each surrounded by piles of dirt and shovels. A massive sign hung above the entrance ramp. Triple threat, buried alive match. Victory comes only when both opponents are buried alive. The tension felt heavier than the coffins themselves. First came Rey Mysterio, riding onto the stage in a lowrider as green and gold pyro burst into the air. Historic members of the LWO followed behind him, slapping the hood and hyping the crowd as Rey sprinted to the ring, energized and focused. Next, the arena shifted to black and white as Scott Hall walked out slowly, flicking his trademark toothpick towards the camera. Members of NWO Hollywood surrounded him, throwing up hand signs while the crowd rained down a mix of cheers and boos. Then the lights dimmed. A deep roar echoed as the great Khali emerges, towering over everyone in sight. Behind him marched members of D-Generation X, laughing and shouting as they pointed towards the coffins waiting at ringside. The bell rang. Rey strikes first, darting between his larger opponents and delivering rapid kicks to Hall before springboarding off the ropes with a flying crossbody. Khali answers by grabbing both men at once and tossing them aside like they weigh nothing. The Giant dominates early, crushing Hall with a chop that echoes through the stadium. Hall rolls outside, regrouping, and suddenly NWO Hollywood rushes the ring, stomping Rey down. The crowd roars as the LWO members sprint down to the ramp to even the odds. Masks flash and fists flew as wild brawl breaks out around the ringside. DX joins moments later, backing Khali and clearing space for the Giant to regain control. Just as Hall prepares to shove Rey into the first coffin, red and black music blasts through the arena, and the NWO Wolfpack storms the ring. They attack NWO Hollywood, igniting chaos among former allies. Hall shouts in frustration as the fight spirals out of control. Security scatters, referees flee. The match continues anyway. Khali grabs Rey for a Khali bomb, but Rey slips free and blasts him with a perfectly timed 619 that staggers the Giant. Hall seizes the opportunity. Razor's Edge! Khali crashes into the open coffin. Hall slams the lid shut, and with the help from Hollywood members, shovels dirt over it until the coffin disappears beneath a mound. The great Khali was buried alive. Hall smirks confidently. One more to go. Hall drags Ray towards another coffin. He throws open the lid and freezes. Inside lay the unmistakable body of Eddie Guerrero, motionless. The crowd falls into stunned silence. Hall laughs nervously and leans closer. Suddenly, Eddie's eyes snap open. The stadium explodes. Eddie surges upward, grabbing Hall and unleashing furious punches, shouting, "Viva la Raza!" As the crowd roars louder than ever. Hall stumbles backward in terror. Ray reacts instantly. He drop kicks Hall into the coffin with Eddie. Ray slams the lid shut while LWO members rushes in to seal and bury it beneath dirt and debris. Scott Hall is buried alive. The bell nearby rang, but the dirt covering Khali's coffin begins to shake.
Oh no.
The lid bursts open. The great Khali rises from the grave, covered in dirt and furious. D-Generation X members cheer wildly as the giant storms back into the ring. Ray now stands alone against the monster. Khali lifts Ray high by the throat, preparing to end the match. The crowd gasps. Victory seems certain. But Ray twists midair, lands behind Khali, and sprints up a tilted coffin like a ramp. He launches into a breathtaking hurricanrana. Khali stumbles backward, straight into the final open coffin, the same one Eddie had emerged from moments earlier. Ray slams the lid shut instantly. With the help of LWO members and even a few Wolfpack wrestlers keeping Hollywood away, Ray buries the coffin completely. The ref checks both coffins. No movement. No escape. The bell rings. Winner of the Triple Threat Buried Alive match, Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yes.
Fireworks explode overhead as Ray falls to his knees in exhaustion and triumph. The crowd chants his name while LWO members lift him onto their shoulders. Behind him, one buried coffin rattles faintly before going still. Eddie's Guerrero's laughter seeming to echo in spirit as Ray points to the sky in tribute. The crowd roars together. Booyaka! Booyaka! WrestleMania ends with Rey Mysterio standing victorious, the last man left unburied.
Woo!
There you have it.
Wow, what a match. You know, WrestleMania just continuing to produce, and this makes total sense to me. You know, a lot of people had Rey Mysterio as a long shot to win this. I mean, it takes two of them to get to the size of the great Khali. And Razor Ramon, obviously a force, but here's the inside betting track that, you know, this plus 4,700 bet of Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
People need to remember only one of these three. Only one of these three has recently killed someone inside of the ring. And it was Ray.
Literally.
Now you can add two more to the resume.
Bury two more guys.
Impressive. God, Ray, he never ceases to amaze. And this is just another fine example to what should absolutely be a Hall of Fame career. God, he just delivers, you know?
Yep, he does. He does.
Just delivers. I'm glad Dirty Dom didn't come out there and try and screw things up.
No, seriously. That would have been a problem. That would have been a serious problem. And no, Sully nailed it. This is better writing than the current WWE. Timmy, the Gorilla, Junkie, deserves a lot of credit.
He'll never admit it, but he's killing it.
Killing it. And I will say, this is week 2. I had no idea who the winner was. I'm having a lot of fun finding out who the winner is as I'm reading it live on air. So hopefully this doesn't burn us and I don't pull a Ron Burgundy and get us canceled.
Well,
so far, so good.
The match is happening before our eyes. So how could you know ahead of time?
How could you know? How could you know? Well, speaking of our boy Selly, he has joined us live for tonight's episode. I got to give him a huge shout out and a huge thank you.
Yes.
There may be others that have joined us. I just haven't seen them in the chat room, so I don't know. Chad, did we have any other guesses on our secret sound? What's that from?
No, I don't think we did this week. I think people, they don't know.
They don't know. I'm going to give Selly 30 seconds if you'd like to respond on this, if he wants to make a guess of what this is. The game is still open because this is our Do You Remember This Week? A rockin' intro. Hulk Hogan was a big clue. And I'm so excited to talk about this. I am so excited as I research.
This is a key perk for joining us live on YouTube every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
He's getting close. What's it called, Selly? What's it called, Selly? Selly's he's giving a guess. We're gonna take one on air. Come on, Selly. Tell me I'm not alone in this dark world. Come on, buddy.
So he guessed for people listening. He said, "Is it the old Hogan TV show?" I can't remember the name though.
Man, well, it'll be there. It'll be there for future prizes. We're gonna save. I'm gonna save Chad and I some money. We're gonna make the responsible decision here.
Yes.
Chad, do you remember? Do you remember Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling?
Oh baby. Oh baby.
Now, to be fair, many may not remember this. It was at the very start of my time and your time. It came out in 1984, or excuse me, 1985 to 86. And I remember having like the video cassettes of this program. It was an animated television series featuring Hulk Hogan and his group of face wrestlers fighting the Rowdy Roddy Piper and his group of heel wrestlers. It related to the WWF's Rockin' Wrestling Connection period, similar to their Attitude Era, where WWF would cross-promote with the music industry. One of the most notable examples of this is when Cyndi Lauper and Lou Albano collaborated for the Girls Just Want to Have Fun music video. And then they did a face-off. They faced off in a match, kind of, where Cyndi Lauper picked a wrestler and Lou Albano picked a wrestler. Lauper picked Wendy Richter, and Fabulous Moolah was picked by Lou Albano, and those two fought off at this match called The Brawl to End It All. And this match took place live on MTV back in like 1984. Which to me just blows my mind. Now, there was a whole match card, and we're going to have a link on our website to that whole match card, like 10 different matches. But MTV did only air 2 of the matches, the women's match and then a match between Hogan and Greg the Hammer Valentine. But this was an extension of that to introduce the audience to a more open audience, a younger audience. It aired on CBS Saturday mornings. So your Saturday morning Cartoon Network section. There were 2 seasons of 13 episodes each. Each episode was 30 minutes and either had a full 30-minute story or 2 15-minute stories. Now, you're kind of airing some of the Wikipedia pages. We're going to play a game here in a second, Chad, on that page.
Okay.
The Faces, the good guy group that joined Hulk Hogan, led by Hulk Hogan, included the Junkyard Dog, Captain Lou Albano, Andre the Giant, Wendy Richter, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Hillbilly Jim, and Tito Santana. Your heels included the Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, Fabulous Moolah, Big John Studd, and Mr. Fuji. You had limited appearances by Bobby the Brain Heenan and Mean Gene Okerlund.
Okay.
And then they would have like pre and post clips between each cartoon that like featured the real wrestler doing like a funny interview or getting into trouble for just a minute. But here's the interesting thing. Some actors of note participated in this thing. Hulk Hogan was voiced by Brad Garrett from Everybody Loves Raymond.
That's impressive.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka, voiced by Louis Arquette, the father of David Arquette, who is a major wrestling fan and actually held the WCW World Championship at the end of their lifetime, which is how you knew they were going down. WCW. That was a problem. But if you want a great wrestling movie to go watch, Ready to Rumble. It's awful, like corny, but it features David Arquette and all these WCW wrestlers, and it's quite fun for a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I like it.
Junkyard Dog was voiced by James Avery, aka Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Junkyard Dog, man. Yeah, that's an original from my area for sure.
Right. Okay, now here's the game I want to play with you, Chad. I want you to, these are some of the storylines, because these storylines were incredible. And the best way to demonstrate that, I want you to just throw out a season number, 1 or 2, and then pick a number between 1 and 13. And I'm going to read you the storyline. We're going to do this like 2 or 3 times. It's going to blow your mind.
Okay. So let's start with the opener. So give me season 1, episode 1.
Okay. Well, that one featured the Junkyard 500 and Junkenstein. So that was 2 15-minute episodes where the Junkyard Dog and Rowdy Roddy Piper race each other to decide who gets to have their car be in a new movie. And later, the Junkyard Dog builds a robot out of spare parts in the junkyard.
Oh.
Let's throw out another one, because they get crazier.
Okay, so let's jump to the end of the season. Season 1, episode 13.
Funny you should say that. Bucket is the name of this episode, 1 30-minute episode, where an alien robot lands in the junkyard and the wrestlers rush to help him get back to his home planet before the government can get him.
It makes total sense. I should have known. Let's go right in the middle of season 2. So let's go episode 7.
Well, that's Amazon's Just Want to Have Fun, Chad, where Mean Gene Mean Gene charters a private plane for the wrestlers and it crash lands in the jungle.
Hate it when that happens.
How about this? Season 2, episode 8. Hulk becomes a model for Wendy's art class. Hulk and the Iron Sheik are marooned on an island and must work together in order to survive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a classic scenario.
Oh, what about the end of the whole series, where Rowdy Roddy Piper reforms? He gets hypnotized and starts acting nice. Hulk Hogan's 3 nephews come to visit and cause trouble for him and his fellow wrestlers. How about the time that Rowdy Roddy Piper inherits a Scottish castle, but a distant cousin challenges his claim, and they must joust to decide who gets the castle? And later, Hulk gets caught in a time machine where he ends up as Robin Hulk of Sherwood Forest, and his friends are the merry men who must defend the forest from the Iron Sheik, a.k.a. the Sheik of Nottingham.
I hate it when that happens.
Dude, it's incredible. And I'm telling you, we found the WWE Vault, you highlighted it earlier, they on YouTube, they have the entire season, both seasons, the entire collection on YouTube. We will have that link for you on our website. I was watching it while I was prepping the show for tonight, and man, it's more fun than I care to admit still.
There's nothing wrong with that. I like that a lot. It's a good little piece of history and a lot of content there. I like that a lot.
Yeah. No, it's quite the storylines and a lot of fun. I cannot recommend this show enough. Introduce your kids to what wrestling used to be like. All right. Well, I think that covers Do You Remember for this week?
I love it.
Now we're on to our one of my favorite events of the night. And the one that I always struggle to find.
If you're going to 3 count, you're going to wait, because I've got 2 wrestling pickups that I want to show. So,
do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Hey, there we go.
There we go.
I like it. Ricky, I want to ask you first. Any wrestling card pickups? I think that we should introduce this each and every week, just in case.
We really should, because I'm looking at them more and more. No, not really. Like I say, I had a lot of fun with this cell. Revisiting it for WrestleMania 14 when I was covering that, but no new pickups. I need to step up my wrestling game.
Well, I've got 2 fun ones that I want to share.
I may have submitted a wrestling card to PSA. We'll cover it on the main show next week.
Okay, so I have two cards that I want to share. The first of which I picked up from a card show. And this bad boy comes from 2020. This is WWE. I don't even know the set that it comes from. It could just be like standard tops. But check this out. It's a Braun Strowman authentic autographed Matt Relic autograph.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
so
incredible.
he has signed the piece of the mat. In the back of the card says that you now own an authentic 2018 Survivor Series event used Matt Relic autograph card.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
So
That's a big boy.
Naturally, I went out and I said, okay, well, what did Braun Strowman do at this 2018 Survivor Series? Now, apparently, he was the dominant standout in the men's 5-on-5 traditional elimination match, leading Team Raw to a victory as the lone survivor. He eliminated 4 members of Team SmackDown, including Shane McMahon, Jeff Hardy, The Miz, and the winner of our death match, Rey Mysterio. And that's after going through a table, of course.
Of course. That's incredible. It just, when you read that, I love wrestling so much. All I think is like, God, I got to go watch that like right after this. It just brings me such happiness. And I think that you have wrestling on in your TV behind you, which
I do.
Me
Oh,
Sarah's
well,
allowed that to happen.
Well, she's taking a shower right now, but Max and Penny are in the room back here. They're on the couch. So I put on for them like the events that led to the fall of WCW so they could learn about the history of WCW. So they're watching that right now on the YouTube.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I approve everything that's going on in this photo.
Well, here's the other thing that made me want to buy this card of Braun Strowman. You may recall a very famous incident in WrestleMania 34 in 2018 when Braun Strowman was entered in a tag team wrestling match for a title that he was trying to contend to win, but he did not have a tag team partner. And I remember watching this live. Braun goes into the stands and pulls out a 10-year-old boy. That boy's name ended up being Nicholas. Nicholas got into the ring for a moment of time, and Braun Strowman and Nicholas ended up winning the tag team titles against Cesaro and Sheamus, and making Nicholas the youngest tag team champion. They did vacate it the next night, but he was a tag team champion.
Either you and I watched that together live or were texting furiously, because I remember experiencing that with you and just like, oh my, by God, he's gonna do it. He tagged him in. That's funny. An excellent clip that's going in our show link.
Like, what if Sheamus got Nicholas up against the ropes and just like chopped him 20 times? He just shatters the kid's ribs.
So this is like a bit like, as I've gone down this AEW rabbit hole, and I've started like looking in all these wrestlers and all these interviews and crap, and I'm starting to like trying to learn more about Kenny Omega. And what I found is Kenny Omega evidently had a full-blown wrestling match with a 9-year-old girl in Japan. My God. And like, it was all staged, like she knew what she was doing. But then it goes further, and he got like a lot of criticism, I guess, understandably, that the Young Bucks, who I've been trying to tell you are like the new Hardys, like they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They double super kicked another wrestler's 5-year-old or 6-year-old kid. Like, it was totally staged, but man, it looks like they took his head off. You think what if they would have done that? Someone actually has done that, and we're gonna put that clip up. It blows your mind. I went and watched it, and just the angle, they're slapping their leg, but dude, this kid nailed it and like knew how to fall just right. Like at 6, I couldn't do that. They took his head off. It was something else, man.
There's nothing better in wrestling than when you think someone's head might actually fall off.
Clean off. That's amazing.
All right, so that's Braun Strowman. I got one other card that I want to share with you, and this actually goes back to our conversation last week when we talked about Topps Chrome in the early days of Topps Chrome wrestling. And so I went back and looked at 2014 Topps Chrome, the first year of a standalone product, and I purchased a gold refractor Raw By God,
God.
it's Jim Ross.
That is incredible. That is
Now-
incredible.
This is the worst copy of a card I have ever seen in my life. I don't know that this camera is actually going to show it. This thing had to try to escape through like a barbed wire fence to get to me.
Oh,
There
no.
are more cuts in this thing and scrapes than I've ever seen in my life. This
That's
is
no
a
good.
PSA 1. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. You
There
can
you
see
go.
a little piece of that.
Yep. It's
so
been in the
just-
Hell in a Cell match he called with Undertaker and Kane.
Exactly. So beat to hell, but I saw it and I bought it now. I didn't even make an offer because I'm like, I gotta have this as part of the eventual podcast studio that we're
Yeah.
creating here.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
so he's gonna sit right back here
Oh, dude, that's amazing. That's
next to the
incredible.
Hulkster. Oh yeah. Oh, down goes the Hulkster, but up goes Jim Ross.
Yeah. No, I love it. I'm watching where I'm at in JR's storyline. It's in 1999, just past WrestleMania 15. And Jim Ross around this time and he really does suffer from this Bell's palsy. And half his face would paralyze. And so he would step away from announcing at the time. Well, they wrote him back into the storyline that he came back and said, I was ready to come back. And he shows up and half his face is still paralyzed. But he says, I was ready to come back and they won't let me come back. So he brings in Dr. Death, Steve Williams, to start beating the hell out of everyone. And then he sets up his own Monday Night Raw miniature desk called JR is Raw. And then in the first match, someone gets body slammed through it.
Of course.
The next week, he's at a fraternity hosting a watch party, and then Ken Shamrock shows up, and him and Steve Williams battle in the fraternity house and wreck the aquarium. It's just incredible. I love wrestling.
It's
out of
awesome.
control.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh man. Well, are we ready now for
Yeah. Oh yeah.
my
Yeah.
favorite part? It's 3 count.
Yes, sir, Ricky. The concluding event for our Sunday night main event is 3 count, where we will bring you 3 distinct items each and every week. Number 1 is going to be new wrestling card product that hopefully you can go out and purchase. Number 2 is going to be the big sale of wrestling card from the past week. And then number 3 is an item of note that is up for auction that if you've got a little money burning a hole in your pocket and you want to go out and buy yourself a nice wrestling card, I have found one for you. And we're going to share it with you right now. So let's start with number 1. Ricky, we've got some new product coming out on our road here to WrestleMania.
Ooh.
This product, for everyone listening, currently we are recording on Sunday, March 29th.
Oh, this
But on
one's gonna get you. This one's gonna. I can already tell this one's gonna get you.
It's going to get me for sure. This is going to be available April 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern on Topps website. So this is one that we have actually even teased, and I've been very excited for. This is Topps Exalted, where glory meets greatness. Every card tells a story.
That
Now-
part.
Straight from Topps website. Let me tell you about it. 2025 Topps Exalted WWE represents the brand's bold entry into premium wrestling collectibles, making its hobby exclusive debut with a striking combination of autographs, relics, and vibrant parallels. This release is anchored by a 100 card base set that spans today's top superstars, tomorrow's rising stars, and WWE legends who continue to define the sport. Every box, you will get 2 autographs, 1 relic, giving collectors high-value chase opportunities in every break. I don't like that they're plugging that break, but I digress.
Yeah.
Among the highlights are the Last Time Is Now relics, a historic tribute to John Cena's final year in the WWE. These cards will feature authentic pieces of gear worn during Cena's farewell season, including material from his final WrestleMania appearance, capturing the end of an era in WWE history. Each relic is a tangible piece of Cena's legacy, connecting collectors to one of the most celebrated careers to ever step inside of the ring. I show the cards up here for those of you watching on YouTube, and they look very nice. The autographs appear to be on card. The relics say that they are event used, in which at least the ones that they are showing. Ricky, what do you think about the design of Topps Exalted?
I love them. I love them. I think they look gorgeous. They have got some busyness to them, but I love it. I love that they both have a full of vibrant color, but also lean into the black and white for some of the cards, which look like noir and look incredible. They appear to be on-card autos, these patches. Some of them are napkin patches. I mean, a lot of them are, but they do seem to have color involved, not your white napkin patches or multiple colors. They seem to be really good hits. I'm a huge fan of this. What's your thought?
Yeah, it looks really, really good. And the hard part for me is April 1st is like my first day of actual legit meetings with my new job. So I've got to find a way to like sneak my phone out from under the table and try and buy some of these before they're gone, because I am certain breakers are just going to be having a heyday with this.
Totally. This will be something to chase on eBay too. Singles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't get too disheartened if you don't get a box.
Absolutely. Yeah. God, the Penta, man. Like, I don't collect any Penta, but just the color scheme with his makeup, his mask, and then the background of this card looks so good.
It's incredible.
Oh, it's good stuff, man.
Incredible.
Yeah. So that's count number one. I'm excited for it. April 1st, 1 p.m. Eastern is when this will come out. 2025 Topps Exalted. That's number one.
That's amazing.
All right, let's go on to number two. And this is our big sale of the week. This one, here we are, came from a buy it now or best offer. It's a 2025. So again, a new product. Topps WWE Universe. Legends autograph. Hulk Hogan on card. 1 of 1. The card looks amazing. It is probably one of his last on-card autographs for, a predominant set. And this one sold for $7,500.
Damn, dude. You know,
it's a big one.
I've got a gold paralleled number to 10 of his autograph that I debated getting graded this go around. I did not pull the trigger on it, but I may need to do that.
I think you should. People are losing their mind for any type of gold parallel right now. And, Hulkamania, the wrestler, the persona, lives forever.
Yeah.
And that was a huge pull. Now, I was really intrigued. I thought to myself, what is the most expensive Hulk Hogan card that ever sold?
Yeah.
I was a little surprised. $20,000 for his, I think, 1985 OPC rookie PSA 10. It was $20,000. I thought it would be higher.
I'm surprised it's that low, and I'm surprised at which card it is. Because that's an ugly card. I know, I get the significance, but it's not a cool looking card. It's not from a set that, like, the Jordan rookie is from a set that a lot of rookies came out of because it was like the first basketball card, producing set. And people remember it. These don't stand out nearly as much to me.
Now, clearly, as you can see on the screen, when I did my research earlier, I think the Iron Sheik had come out and altered my search history because clearly I am wrong. The biggest Hulk card to ever sell is the 1982 Wrestling All-Stars Hulk Hogan, of course, his earliest card, the Series A. I've got a PSA 9. I don't believe that there is a PSA 10 that sold for $132,000 in December of 2024, which makes far more sense than the $20,000 card. So
that makes me feel a little better. But again, I'm shocked that is the card that. And again, I understand the significance. I get it's the Jordan rookie for Hulk, but
yeah,
God, it's an ugly card compared to some of the card we just showed, for example.
It is. It truly is. Interestingly, you scroll down a little bit and you see one of these 1982 Wrestling All-Stars that is signed by Hulk Hogan. And this card got a PSA 9 and it only sold for $36,000. That was back in 2020. Maybe the boom hadn't happened yet, but $100,000 less than just his plain rookie card. So I don't know what people are doing. Yeah.
That's wild.
All right. Well, there's number two. Number three is a card from auction ending this week. That again, you need to go spend a little money. Let's go to Stone Cold Steve Austin out of 2025 Topps Chrome. You know, we got Topps Chrome looming in the background, set to come out sometime in the next month. And I thought, hey, why not visit it with 2025 red refractor on card autograph of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, you can find this card over on eBay selling through DC Sports 87. If you do go bid on it, go to our website first, pttfpodcast.com. Click on our eBay affiliate link. It's the one way that you can help support our show. Everything you buy in the next 24 hours is at no additional cost to you, and we get a small kickback from it. But, Ricky, this card, just under $1,000. It still has 2 days left. I think this one's going to go for a pretty penny, and I can see why.
Yeah, click that link and buy this card.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, simple as that.
You will probably win the March or April sweepstakes. I can pretty much guarantee it. Just go click the link, buy our card.
I like it. Yeah, simple as that.
Yeah, that's an amazing card. Beautiful card. Looks like it's on card. I love Stone Cold's autograph. You can tell he takes his time with it. You can somewhat read it. I really want a Stone Cold auto in my collection. I do not have one. Need one. I love the red matches the PSA.
Yeah, it does. It makes it pop. And I thought this would be a fun one to share with you in particular, because a lot of people don't know this, but back in your college days, a lot of people said your physique matched Stone Cold Steve Austin like pretty closely. And I agree with that.
A lot of people confused he and I, and they said, Steve, you grew hair? And I said, yeah. And I just walk away.
They'd really nail you down. Like, no, it's actually me, Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, never. You just walk away before they can, get asked for too many questions. Autograph?
No, hit them with a stunner. Sure. They're going to ask you a question like that. Just hit them with a stunner.
I only had to do that twice. Thankfully.
No, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's why you actually became an attorney, to protect yourself.
Little known fact about me.
You're out there throwing stunners all the time. You got to protect yourself.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Well, there you have it. What more can we do to entertain you all? Truly. So we've said it. We've said it all. We've said enough. It's time to go home.
Yes.
All right. It's been another fun episode. For Chad, I'm Ricky, the Stone Cold Stunner, wishing all of you a one of one night.